think it's telling me to rotate. Okay. Hey sis, how are you? All right, I'm working with a new gadget here. Let's hope all goes well. Okay. Let's see. Welcome to day 8. Day 8. Happy Monday. We are day 8 of the 30-day Boss Up Challenge. And I'm coming back with the last part of the business plan. Okay, so I just want to give people a little bit of time to get in here if they're coming. I encourage everyone to tune in each evening at 9 o'clock. And here's a reminder to please like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is Business Builder Basics. And there's also a group on Facebook and a Facebook business page. So please join our community. And I also do acknowledgements. Acknowledgements where I give props to someone who is self-employed in business for themselves. Tonight, I'd like to honor Natalie Walker Melton. She actually has a very sophisticated event design group for wedding planning and event planning. They just put out a sneak peek of a commercial. Ooh, it was so nice. It was so nice. So please visit her at theeventdesigngroup.com. There's also a number listed. They have a Facebook business page, and the phone number is 240-221-1515. Okay, so show some support if you know someone getting married and they want to do it big, do it up really nice. She knows a lot of good vendors, professional people, so I highly recommend her. Okay, so we're going to get started, and those who come later on, you know how it works. I'll give you 20 minutes of content, basically, and then after that, I open it up for Q&A. And Q&A is for you to ask whatever question you want to ask, this of a business nature. It can be about what we talked about tonight. It can be about something we talked about before, or it can just be your own question that you have. I'm here to consult. All right, so the business plan. Part 5, and the last part, this thing became a monster. So far, we've gone over the executive summary, the general company description, products and services, the marketing plan, the operational plan, management and organization, the personal financial statement, startup expenses and capitalization, and the financial plan. So last night was devoted to all things finance, basically, as it relates to your business plan. So the business plan is just something that you want to do to show people that you're serious, show people that you put in the work, you did the research, and you are the expert on your business. Business plans usually are for investors or potential partners, and you want to make a good showing when you do your business plan. Okay, so tonight we only have about 2 sections left. Yep, about 2 sections. Okay, so the appendices. The appendices basically will be like your miscellaneous part of the business plan. Here you might have copies of your brochures and advertising materials. You might have industry studies, blueprints and plans for your building, maps and photos of the location. Hey, Mom. Hi. So you might want to include maps and photos of the location. magazine or articles that might relate to your industry, your idea, your product, a detailed list of equipment owned or to be purchased by the company, copies of leases and contracts, letters of support from future customers, and basically any materials needed to support the assumptions in this plan. What kind of evidence or exhibits what can you bring and add to this plan so that the people that you're trying to convince to get on board will feel like they have everything they need right here. They don't have to go searching. That's what you want to put in your appendices. Don't forget your market research studies and also a list of assets available as collateral if you're trying to get a loan. Now, that's the last section of the plan, okay? But now I want to talk about pulling it all together and refining the plan, basically. So the business plan, you can find templates online. Templates online are really good. That's what I used. And what I did was I just tweaked it to meet the needs of what I was doing at the time. And I was doing a lot. I had like 6 businesses in this plan. And it really, if I had known better, I would have broken it down a little bit more concisely, and I would have been more focused, maybe on just a couple of industries. But refining your plan, you might have the same general business idea and concept, but the business plan that you hand to the bank that you're trying to get a loan from, and the business plan that you hand to a potential investor or a potential partner, they might all need their own tweaking so that whoever you're giving this business plan to, they feel like it's made for them. It's for the purpose that you want them to serve. So you may have to go through your plan and you may have to emphasize or omit certain things that would be in your favor for whoever you're showing the plan to. So let's see. If you're trying to raise capital, and that's your purpose for doing the business plan, so bankers and investors, I separate the two. Bankers want assurance of orderly repayment. They want to be sure that you're not going to default on payment if they give you this money, okay? So if you intend to present this plan to lenders, make sure you include the amount of money that you're asking for, how the funds will be used, what getting the funds will accomplish, and how will it make the business stronger, more viable. And you can also put in there what your requested repayment terms are. Like what's your best case scenario that if you could have your way, what would you like as far as your repayment terms? It doesn't hurt to ask because there might be room for negotiation. So you want to show if you have any collateral. Collateral could be like your home or just any asset that is of significant value. If you have collateral, it makes people more comfortable giving you money because they feel like if you default, you've now given them permission basically to, go after your collateral, which may not be liquid because collateral is usually not liquid. You have to usually go and liquidate so that the money they can get their money basically. So if you put your house up, that's a really tough decision. I really would say before you go trying to get a loan, see what you can do to get started with the least amount of money possible so that you can try to shy away from getting these loans. But if you do get a loan, try your best to get one without having to put up like your home for collateral, especially if it's your only home, it's your primary home, the home belonged to your grandmother or something like that. Because if you default, that's it. They can get that. So you want to be very careful. I really don't want to encourage borrowing money from banks. The interest rates and everything can really get tough. And oftentimes in new businesses, you may hit some hard times. It's very likely that you will hit hard times. So if you default, you really don't want those strikes against you. Now, if the business plan is for investors, investors have a different perspective, basically. Their agenda is not the same as the bank. They are looking for dramatic growth and they expect to share the rewards. They want to see what is in it for me if I collaborate with this person, if I invest money, because the money they give, if it's an investment, chances are it's not a loan. There's a difference between a loan and someone investing in your company. When I think of investing, I think about a person being willing to put money into your company and know that it may be a loss. And so when you're an investor, you understand the risk associated with investing in startup companies. So you want to be really diligent when you do that. You want to be diligent if you're investing in another business, because part of being a business person is that you could be an investor. And that could be your business, is actually investing in other businesses. And so you want to be very careful about that. You want to make sure that your business plan shows this potential investor that there's a lot of room for growth. Like, what is the return on their investment going to be? And the bigger the reward, hey sis, the bigger the reward for the investor, the more likely they are to put money into your business. But it has to be compelling. And where you make your case is with the business plan. So you want to make sure that your business plan is definitely going to emphasize. Remember, we talked about the 1 year and the 4 year profit and loss statements, projections. So for an investor, you definitely want to add in a 4 year, maybe even a 10 year, so that you can try to show them what they might be getting out of this at some point. Most people don't invest just for the sake of investing. You know, most people are investing because they want something out of it. So usually they're going to want to see something in 2 to 5 years. So if you do that 1 year and 4 year, then that kind of fits into that category there. They're going to want to know how you're going to use the funds they're giving you and how those funds will accomplish the getting you to the next level or getting you started. Because you can be getting started, or you can already be in business and you can try to grow. And so investors, it's really good if you've already been in business for a little while, because then you can show the investor what you've accomplished so far. You can say, listen, it's not just a plan. I've executed this plan, and so far, da 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 da. You can show them your results, basically, and hopefully your results are good, because if your results aren't good, then it may be worth considering why you're trying to grow and expand if it's not working on a smaller scale. You want to offer a part in this business plan that is what we call an exit strategy for the investor, okay? Or even an exit strategy for yourself. You may have an investor where you say, hey, I just need this money right now. I'll give you this return on your investment, but you really don't want that investor to have rights to your company for, indefinitely. So you definitely want to put back, if there's some kind of buyback offer on the table or requirement, if there's going to be, if you're going public, there's an initial public offering, you just want to let the investors know how you all are going to get out of this deal. In the event they're making money, they may want to exit. It's usually investors, when they're making money, they want to continue making money. But you, as a business owner, may be tired of sharing your money, basically. So you decide you want to tell them, listen, this is time limited. So if you give me $50,000, I will give you, and you'll get a 10% return, which that's really not attractive, but let's just say 10% return. And after you get your 10%, then that's it. The profit sharing is over. Be sure you're very clear about the exit strategy. And if you're giving ownership, make sure the percentage of ownership is very clear. So you may need shares, stock in your company. It may not be publicly traded stock, but stock nonetheless. It's private. Okay, you want to let them know what kind of financial reporting will be provided. How often are you going to show them financial statements that let them know how much money was made? Because with an investor, chances are, if they're in a position to invest, they're probably not going to be, they're not going to have the time to look over your shoulder and, be up in the dealings of the operations. They're probably not going to have time for that. And so you want to make sure you explain to them how you intend to keep them up to date on how much money is being made, how the company is performing. You may want to do a monthly statement or meeting. You may want to do a quarterly statement. It's very important that people be given something that is organized and predictable. So they know when you're going to be coming to them, letting them know. How's it going? Is it time to cut me a check? If not, why? What can you do differently? Like, you want to make sure that that is how you deal with your investors. All right. The other way you want to refine the business plan is considering the industries that you're in. So you might be doing something that's dealing with manufacturing. You may be providing services. So the way that you talk about things and what you talk about will be a little different when you're talking about those two different things. Service industry versus sales for products. That's quite different. So make sure the business plan template that you find, or if you do it from scratch, just make sure that it is custom made for the particular person or company that you're giving it to. The other type of industries, well, you have your manufacturing, you have retail, you have your tech companies, and you have service. And I know I'm probably leaving some out, but those are the biggies, basically. And each of those should be treated as a separate industry, where you want to make sure you understand the industry in general. If you understand the industry in general, then when you reference it in your business plan, you know what you're talking about, basically. Especially if you're giving your business plan to someone that's in the industry, and your business plan is really serving to convince them why they should work with you, you want to make sure you know your stuff, because if you put something before them that they know is not accurate, that's a bad look. You don't want to do that. So make sure that you research each industry that you're going to be in and have that information up here, so that when you meet, make sure that you know what's in your business plan. Make sure, like, if you have someone help you develop it, make sure that you've read your own business plan cover to cover. Make sure that you can talk about your business plan without looking at your business plan, except of course for like specific figures, then you would need to look. But you really should be able to talk about your business without looking at the plan. Okay, you don't want to look like you have to rely on this and you don't know your stuff. You want to have it up here. So that is refining the business plan. Some other kind of common sense things, but I'll still note it anyway. And hello to everybody who's coming in. I haven't been able to wave to everyone, but hello and thank you for stopping through. So you want to make sure that you have someone proofread your business plan. There is nothing more embarrassing than submitting a business plan that has a lot of errors in it, misspellings, awkward language. Make sure you give it to someone that you know is good with proofreading and writing. You don't want to make that mistake, because some people really they see something like that and they won't give it another shot. They won't even give you a chance. They may not even schedule a meeting with you. Like if you had to send them the business plan before you even meet them, they may throw it right in the trash if, you know, on page 2 they see a misspelling. And then some people might not be that way, but you just want to make sure that your plan is on point, basically. The executive summary, after you've gone through all of these subsections, you want to go back and write your executive summary last, actually, because the executive summary is almost like how you summarize everything concisely, so that if somebody, you know, if you sent your business plan to someone, you can't expect that everybody's going to read it cover to cover. Some people want to flip right to the executive summary and say, what is this person talking about? What do they want? What do they propose to do? And why am I reading this plan? Why did they give me this plan? That should be in your executive summary. And it's good to do that after you've put everything into the plan, so you can come back around and wrap it up. And really, I think that's the nuts and bolts of it. We've been working on this thing this is the 5th day that we've worked on the business plan, but I don't mind breaking it down like that because it's very important that your business plan is good. Now, you all have been working on your goals, hopefully. The goals have been every night that we go over a component of the business plan, you all will go home and you will develop that part of your business plan, or you might already be home, but within the 24-hour period, that's when you're supposed to accomplish your goal. So part of the 30-day Boss Up Challenge is being accountable, showing up, being consistent, not making excuses, setting goals, accomplishing goals, maintaining your mental stamina and your level of focus. That's part of this 30-day challenge. And so I applaud everyone who has actually done the challenge or trying to do the challenge, and you're hanging in here, because part of why we're doing it like this, 30 days, and we're calling it a challenge, is because it's challenging to do anything for 30 days straight. And giving me 20 minutes of your time every single night is definitely something that can be considered challenging. So if you push through that and you learn to do things that you don't really like to do, but you go ahead and you have the discipline to do it anyway, that is what I'm trying to inspire. That is what I'm trying to bring out in you with this 30-day challenge. And so it may seem unpleasant, it may seem excessive, boring, but these are the kind of things that you're going to face when you're building your business, and you want to have the stamina and the wherewithal and the stick-to-itiveness to get through it and be successful in business. This is part of what it takes. So tune in with me each evening. I'm here for Q&A now. I'll open up the floor for Q&A, and I'll wait and see if anyone has any questions. I usually have a few regulars. I haven't seen them yet, unless I missed it, but I have a couple of regulars who have committed to the challenge, and they're usually in here every single night, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 nights. But I always can tell they've gone back and watched the videos, because I'll see them commenting on the videos after the live stream is over, or they'll like the video. So do get caught up. And if you can't, if you feel like you're too late to join in on the challenge, you're not, because you can start today. Today or tomorrow will be your day 1, and then you can go back and you can look at the YouTube channel to get all of the real day 1. And so after you go through with us, you go back and get the ones that you missed, and you do it within the 30-day time period, 1 each day. So it's not too late to challenge yourself and to get on board. Please, again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share, tell someone about this. It's basically free consulting that I'm doing. I'm trying to give people some of the basic tools and inspiration they need to get into business and to boss up. So I will wait here, see if there are any questions. And if not, I'll be getting out of here. Okay. Let me see can I scroll back? Yeah, let me see who I missed here. Okay. Bird, Melvin, Fran, Teddy, Marion, David, Cocaine Reds, Swole, Brian, Team Bass. I've seen Team Bass in here before. Tyrone, Marisha, Jay, 2 J's back to back, Michelle, Paul, Larry, Brent, Kay, and Lee. Thank you for stopping through. I think that's going to be it for tonight. Let's see, what time is it? 9:28. I did consider pushing it back to 9:30. I think the first night or the first 2 nights, I did this at 9:30. And I know for me, 9:30 is better for me, but I was wondering, was it too late for people? But oftentimes people are preparing their children to go to bed, or they're preparing themselves for work the next day. So I'm not really sure what the sweet spot is, but I'm wondering, if you all have preferences, please put in the comment section. Even if it's not during the live stream, I still always look at the comments. I'll get a notification. So let me know what your preferences are as far as broadcast time, because I'm amenable. I'm amenable to 9:30 or sticking with 9. Okay, I hope that this is my first time using the iPad Pro, and it's weird because I don't know where the little camera thing is. Everything is so hidden, so I don't even really know where to look. But I like it because now when the comments come or people are coming in, I can see it. It seems like it's quick. With the laptop I was using, it was very slow, very slow. And also I noticed the picture wasn't as clear. It's more clear on here. So I think I did it right tonight. Hi, Gifted Drummer. Thanks for stopping through. Just in the Q&A phase. We don't have much going on tonight. We finished up the business plan. If you have any questions, let me know. You saw it? Okay. I don't know if this thing is showing me how many viewers I have. I mean, I see numbers up there, but I think today we didn't get very many views, which is why I'm wondering, is the 9 o'clock okay for people? Because I noticed that 9:30 and all the other broadcasts is kind of when we were starting to get real active. Hi, Timothy. Who has the best capital to get business funding from? Well, it depends on the industry that you're in, but I would say, depending on how much money you need, you may want to look into investors, venture capitalists, people who are looking to help people get started. And part of what you give them is either ownership in your business or some kind of plan for how they're going to get a return on their investment. So, I mean, the banks, depending on if you have good credit, if you have collateral, what your idea is, it can be challenging to get money from a bank for a small business. Although someone from like a week ago, they said they were going to come back to the group and share with us a resource that they knew of that could provide funding for small businesses. But I think you might stand a better chance of getting some capital if you look for investors that are interested in your industry. And if you, depending on what your situation is, if you're at all in a situation to save money, you want to have as much of your own money as possible so that you really don't have to deal with too many other investors. You don't want to give away so much of your business from the beginning. But any bank, and that's what the business plan, that's what this is for. My business plan was about 32 pages, 32 pages. And oftentimes banks will want to see that. They'll want to see your business plan. I know that I would love to, part of what I want from this group is to meet and network, with people who are looking for other people to either partner with, collaborate, invest in, or get someone to invest. Proposal writing. Okay, so I did say that I would do an evening on writing for grants, like proposals, because me and my company, we have experience with writing a successful proposal that got us about $250,000 in grant money from a program. So, I mean, that proposal, I remember it was about 100 pages. It was pretty intense. And so I had 2 other people. We split it up. And, we tackled it basically. It's one of those kind of things where you have to have a lot of patience, good writing skills, your ability to research things is good, attention to detail, that kind of thing. Hi, Kim. Thanks for stopping through. If you have any business questions, let me know. This is our Q&A component. I'm going to make sure that my regulars, there's one there. And oh yeah, Barbara, she's actually, here she is. Okay. Sent the invite to her. All right, I just sent a couple of invitations to some of my regulars to remind them I'm here. If they're not here, I'm sure they have good reasons. Excuse me, I am just a little under the weather. You know how it is when you first start thinking something's going on. I'm in that stage. All right, looks like we only have maybe one viewer. I don't see any questions, so I'll wait a second. Okay, I think we're done. All right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, reach those goals, work on your business plan. Tune in tomorrow, and let's boss up.